So St George's is a 1,000-bedded acute hospital combined with a community trust. It also looks after a prison. It's a large, complex organisation. I think going forwards, with such a sort of complex patient group to look after, without information technology at our disposal, I don't think we'd really be set up to be able to look after these patients going forward. I think the greatest challenges were clinician engagement, actually getting our co-workers, our doctors, our nurses, our allied health professionals along to help us design the systems and adopt the systems as we deployed across the organisation. I think the key issue here was getting them involved right from the outset, and there was a lot of preemptive work that was engaged upon before we actually started developing our EMR. So a lot of groundwork was done looking at our documentation, looking at our processes, involving external teams to look at process mapping our heart attack pathway, for instance. And right from the outset, we had a high degree of clinical engagement with our with our provider of our EMR, which is Cerner UK. There are a number of key benefits, but I think one of the greater benefits is the availability of the record anytime, anywhere. So clinicians can access the record on the ward where they see the patient, they can access it from clinic, they can access it from home. I quite often review the electronic record for my patients when I'm on call at home. I think it's just certainly accessibility of the record, and that means that patients aren't left waiting and patients aren't asked the same information over and over again, because the clinician has the information in front of them when they see the patient. I think there's a lot of safety initiatives that this degree of maturity has brought to the fore, making sure that we have a reduced amount of medication errors, making sure that we have brought our patient risk assessments to the electronic record, and so that we can actually track that they're being delivered. I think there's some issues about transparency as well, which have been really helpful. We've been able to find out that we've been giving medications far too frequently in certain surgical pathways, and this has allowed us to modify the way that medications are delivered. We've also been able to discover that risk assessments maybe weren't being completed as efficiently as we'd been reporting, for instance, and now we're reporting real-time information, and we're able to protect patients because of that. I think for us, we've got to roll out our acute EMR across the entire organisation. We're about halfway there so far. I think we need to roll out our EMR across our outpatient services, and then looking to the future, I think we need to work more collaboratively with our partners in health and social care across community, GP and social care. I think this is really important for us to have the recognition for the hard work that everyone's contributed, and I hope that it acts as a talisman for a commitment to further investment in IT and informatics throughout our organisation. We need to learn from each other's mistakes, we need to learn from each other's best practice, and I think a lot of the purpose of this, for me, this seminar today is about information sharing, which is really helpful.